What's going on, guys? It's your boy Uch, and of course we're back in once again, and this is a little bit of an update video. I haven't done these in a while, but I'm probably going to start doing these because I'm going to be doing something that I am finally taking the charge and what's the word I'm looking for? The initiative to make sure that I fulfill something that I have been working on for the longest time. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, well then pay attention. I am the kind of fan and person that loves video games where at this point in my life, I feel like I end up buying more games than I actually end up playing. I seem like some sort of collector rather than an actual gamer. And that's unfortunate because there's so many adventures and experiences that I've missed out on dating back years and years and years ago. On this very day that you are now watching this video, I am here proud to announce and to share with you all that I am taking the charge and going forward with this initiative that I have going with this video game backlog that I am about to share with you guys. And hopefully from time to time, once you guys of course do check out my streams, you will see me eventually at some point make through with this backlog 100%. Now, as the title may suggest, I'm also at this point going to be giving you guys my thoughts on Devil May Cry 4. It's not a very recent, or I would say talked about game, just off of the principle that that's not even the latest game, and this game is as old as an Xbox 360 PS3 title. But that doesn't mean that we can't talk about great games, because I definitely feel like this game was one of those great and fun titles that I had a lot of fun playing through. Now, I will say I'm not really gonna give my full review as far as like all of the things that was wrong with the game. I'm not gonna do an in-depth dive, but what I will do as a part of my, I guess, analysis or review of the game is just give you kind of my impressions and then see where it stands as far as the backlog is concerned. First and foremost, like I said, Devil May Cry 4 is the most recent Devil May Cry game that I just beat. Devil May Cry and myself go way back to when I first started playing DMC on the PlayStation 2 when it made its debut, except I actually didn't play it when it first came out. I actually started playing DM Sizzle when I got the 3-pack that came out on the PS2 way back in the day. Before there was any such thing as HD collections or any of that crap, I was playing DMC 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2, and those are the only two that I actually beat back then when I was in like middle school or high school. I can't really remember how old I was. And so since then, I actually started 3 back then, but for some reason I got stuck in the beginning, so I never went back to it. All these years later, fast forward to about last summer, I was actually streaming DMC3 for the very first time off of, I believe was my Switch. I can't remember. Actually, no, I think I was actually still playing it on my PlayStation, but I do actually recall buying it again on Switch because I'm that kind of guy, I guess. And so finally, with all the hours spent on DMC3, I finally made it through, and boom, I beat DMC3 and then made my way to 4. And playing the first 3 games, I realized that obviously Dante is probably one of the most coolest, iconic video game characters of all time. His arsenal and his moveset just gets better and better with each iteration, especially when we get to 4. Now, I really do think that he is the best part still in Devil May Cry 4, even though he is not the full main protagonist. He's actually a co-protagonist because this game introduces Nero, and Nero is like another demon child kind of thing where, you know, similar to Dante. But this was one thing that I guess I could talk about that I didn't really enjoy all that much, is I wasn't given an accurate like description or story or an explanation rather as to how Nero and Dante relate. Why are they so similar? How does Nero have these similar powers that Dante might have and whatnot? And unfortunately, it wasn't really explained in the story mode at all. However, the action with Nero was really cool. I did enjoy his devil bringer. That ability has, you know, at the time never been seen before. Dante definitely doesn't have that, and Nero seems to have a pretty unique play style in his own right. But the thing is, with that game, you play about half of it with Nero, and then the other solid half, or at least a good majority, I would say it's like a good 60-40% split, where you're playing Nero as the 60 and Dante as the 40. That 40% time you're playing as Dante, I actually enjoyed a little bit more just because it felt like true Devil May Cry to me. I was able to switch between styles, switch between weapons, my guns even. And then on top of that, I was unlocking weapons like my favorite, Pandora's box, that literally made the game feel like this was the greatest weapon in the history of video game weapons, and I couldn't be stopped. As a matter of fact, I actually went and beat boss characters with this thing with complete ease, and it was definitely under like 30 seconds.
You're kidding me, right? This is, okay, you're gonna have to clip this. That is the fastest boss battle I've ever had.
And then to top it all off, the ending of the game kind of fell flat for me because I was expecting something big and grand to happen, maybe some kind of answer or explanation as to why we even got Nero in the first place, his relation to Dante, if they're actually directly related in some way. I mean, I'd imagine so, but it wasn't directly confirmed or denied, really. They were kind of just there, and Dante was just kind of helping him out throughout whatever he could, and that was it. And I was also a little bit let down because Yamato, the sword that belonged to Virgil, actually plays a role in this game, and I thought that this was going to be an opportunity to like somehow bring Virgil back, because obviously in DMC3 you defeat him with Dante, but man, I was hoping that this would be some kind of revival portion, or Virgil would come through or something like that, but it ends up just being passed off to Nero, and that's it. He gets the predicted kiss at the end with Kyrie, and I mean, I guess that's cool. But yeah, overall, I was like, yeah, you know, DMC4 is a pretty cool game. It's fun. I like the action. I mean, it's Devil May Cry. It has a nice vibe. It has its very own unique vibe to it, and I love games like that. But I just wasn't a fan of how the game ended, and it's kind of a shame where they had a brand new character that they tried to introduce to the franchise of Devil May Cry, and yet I find myself still wanting to play as Dante over anyone else. And unfortunately, because of this entire backlog that I'm gonna get into now, I won't have time to replay through the game as Trish or as Virgil or as, you know, Nero and Dante again. So I definitely give the game a pass, but I am that much more looking forward to playing DMC5 on the PlayStation 5, which again, I'll plug to my Twitch really quick. I will be streaming that game very soon because that is of course on the backlog, and I'm going to be playing that game in a nice, crispy, buttery smooth 120 frames per second. It'll be my first game I do that into, so I'm very much looking forward to it. Now, I'd like to have your attention over to this. This is actually a Google Docs that I made myself. This is the video game backlog, and as you can see right here, we've made a pretty nice dent in this backlog. So basically, it's just a list of games. I'm not gonna go over every single one of them, but I'm just gonna be scrolling through very slowly so that you can see and get an idea of exactly some of these games that I have listed here. They're not in any kind of particular order, but these are just games that I could think off the top of my head, and other games that I was reminded of by other friends and family that I either own or never just got around to. And there's probably some games that, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even added yet because, again, as you can see, this is a lot of freaking games and I can't make this up. A lot of these games that you're seeing in front of you on this screen, these are either games that I actually own, or games that I've never finished, or games that I've always had intention of finally playing or getting around to, but unfortunately I just never had that opportunity to do so. So as far as this video is concerned, this backlog has 158 games where 2 of them have been checked off as completed. That's Devil May Cry 4 and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the GameCube, which I actually just recently beat with my boy Fear Chimera, and that was actually a pretty fun time. The game was very long. I'm not really trying to review that right now just because I'm not trying to make this video too long, but this was kind of like a grand intro and update to what I'll be adding more to this video game channel. Is just kind of like my update to this backlog and my reviews of certain games that I played and fulfilled on this list. So this is where I turn things over to you guys. If there's anything that you guys want me to see, or that I would maybe consider adding to this backlog. Maybe, like I said, it's probably one of those games that I forgot to mention and put on this list. Please let me know in the comments below. And if it's something that I genuinely have an interest in, or something that I already actually had intended to play and I just forgot, I will go ahead and add it. But do let me know in the comments below of any of the games that you might not have seen that you're going to check with me to see if I will ever play them or not. Or if you're looking forward to seeing me play any of these games on my Twitch. And like I said, on my Twitch is where I will be doing all of this gameplay. There's probably not going to really be an opportunity for or a chance for me to really get any kind of off-stream recordings going, because like I said, I usually just end up doing all of my gaming on stream as it is. But if there's any other games that I do play for some reason that I'm not streaming and I do end up completing, I will definitely consider at least talking about it on my stream, which I'll then give you guys in VOD format here, or I'll do another video like this where I'm at least talking about my experience and my thoughts with Devil May Cry 4 or whatever it is that I'm playing in the future. And most importantly, guys, like, share, subscribe, hit me up on Twitter, all of that good stuff. Supporting links to my Discord and all the other socials will be in my description as always. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. Have a great day. May the power protect you. Keep it locked, loaded right here on this channel. Stay safe, stay clean, and stay the hell inside. I'll see y'all next time.